Alright, so you wanted a bitch, Ken? You wanted to fucking go? Not Ken, Toast.
So what was your initial issue with Ken anyway?
Oh, I don't usually have issues with Ken. Ken starts shit.
But what was it? Like you
Aren't
apparently
you
had to like
aware?
apparently you had to like keep on, you know, bringing up your claims like 4 or 5 times to Ken or whatever.
Yeah, well, none is the claim, the distinction.
Which was,
Yeah, so have you seen the movie Gattaca?
yeah, I have.
Yeah, so I said, I don't think that there's any non-secular argument outside of societal damages that can be meaningfully made in the movie Gattaca simply by taking out like all of people's health risks. And I said specifically Gattaca goes further than that, right? Like the examples in Gattaca goes further than just getting rid of health risks. But I don't think that the movie Gattaca nor anyone can make a meaningful non-secular argument outside of societal damages. And I think there's
Outside of societal damages.
yeah.
Hmm.
So then, right? So that was kind of like the claim was kind of that. And then he kept going over like don't I think it's in some way possible to like isn't it in some way going to be possible for there to be a damage in the sense like that people won't be as motivated, that the Gattaca makes an argument because like the entire point premise of Gattaca is that here's this guy who isn't genetically good at all but who's more motivated and therefore able to succeed. And I explained to him the distinction, right? This was this exact same distinction, that there's a difference between um, altering someone's genetics solely on basis of, or like solely to get rid of health risks versus to try to actually improve their like physique and their mind and all that kind of shit. And I
You know,
repeated that distinction to him 4 times.
you do remember that only the rich families within the Gattaca universe could afford to have such genetic um, alterations.
That
To be,
was when in the movie was that stated?
it's stated in the movie. I'm not going to argue the
When?
fact with you. It was only wealthier parents that could afford to do that to the children that could change their genetic code.
Where?
If you
Where
want,
was
if
it
you
stated?
the doctor. Okay, like listen. You know the I mean that like this is kind of a fact. I don't know how you missed this shit, but um
I'm
within the
just asking
movie.
you for to state where.
Right. Okay. Right. Anyways, so you know the guy that does like the piss test with you know with the protagonist, and he's originally, you know, he's like one of the first people, one of the first characters you see, and one of the last characters you see in the movie. You know, he kind of makes sure that you are who you say you are. And
Which piss test? There were multiple.
all right, do you remember the last character in like one of the last scenes? That doctor.
Oh,
The
okay, that
last.
guy particularly. You're talking
Yes.
about the guy at the company. Yeah.
Yeah, that last scene, he was there through the entire movie. You see him a couple times, but he stated that, you know, his parents, quote unquote, couldn't afford to make changes to his genetics.
That doesn't
To allow him to
indicate
have such.
that doesn't support your claim.
I'm just making the
You
point.
made a much
I just
larger
want you to know
claim than
that.
that, right? You didn't simply claim that it costs money. You said only like rich people can afford it.
Yeah, more and more like you know, the more genetic alterations you wanted, the more complex that they got. You know, all the way to like, you know, let's say like dick size
Where in the
or
movie
other
did it
things.
state that the more complex the changes, the more money it costs, or are you just assuming that?
There were a couple comments made that supported
When?
this. Oh God, let me go find the entire fucking script to Gattaca. Jesus Christ.
You can do that, sure.
It's not like these are unfounded, okay? But
No, they are
whatever.
pretty unfounded.
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Right,
But
so I mean like
so you don't
this
even
is
like
some bullshit
basically
weed. This is some bullshit weed stuff, right? This is like
what?
you're just attempting to waste time. I mean like we can go through this. The reason why I keep asking you is I think you're completely unfounded. The movie does state that it does cost money. Obviously, that's not even a question. But the main character's parents were not rich.
Oh, I know. Which is why they couldn't like afford to change his
No,
makeup that much.
no. The main character didn't have it all changed because of the choice of the parents. It's not that they couldn't afford it, and you know this is true because it states in the movie, and very early on, that they wanted to have a quote-unquote god baby, and then it states later on that, and it shows pretty much immediately, like 2 or 3 scenes after, how they were able to get a bunch of changes for his brother. And they weren't in any way rich. If you look at their house and the kind of shit they had to afford in the back scenery of their home as it is early on in the movie, right? They're clearly not uber rich by any means.
I wasn't focusing on the main protagonists, but just the universe by itself.
Well, the main protagonist is evidence against your claim for the universe, because he exists within the universe.
Yeah, I'm fine with him existing. I'm just saying that the societal issues that were present in Gattaca are that the wealthier parents could afford to give their children such changes to their genetic makeup, while the poor parents, the ones who couldn't afford such changes, were barred from that.
Yeah, but there's no line, right? I mean, if you're not going to imply that there's no kind of gradient, if you're going to act like it's literally a drawing line between rich and poor, and you're defining rich to be anybody who can afford this test, then it's just going to be definitionally true. But that's not what we see economically in society. So that seems to be a ridiculous claim to make, Toast.
I think you're kind of creating this utopian mindset that once genetic alterations can be made, then everyone will be afforded them.
No, clearly not. Clearly not, right? Clearly it costs money. I haven't disagreed with that. And I haven't disagreed with the fact that obviously certain people don't get it done because they can't afford it. But there's no clear distinction. There's no drawn line, but you're not understanding me, right? There's no clearly drawn line and distinction made as to what exactly is enough money that people can afford.
They don't go into that much detail in the movie for it.
That's exactly right. They don't go into enough detail, so your claim is unfounded. Thank you for admitting it.
You can easily see how you can.
You literally just admitted to it on record.
You can extrapolate the idea that that let's say the top 10% of
Super. Did he not just admit to it?
I'm not admitting to anything. I'm just saying that you can simply.
You admitted that the movie doesn't draw these kind of distinct lines.
It gives you a vague parameter of what it looks like.
Where?
And that is.
In what way?
In the way that, let's say 10% of the wealthiest, or let's say the top 20 or the top 10% of the wealthy families that could afford to give their children such genetic alterations to give them that perfect genetic.
Where does it say top anything? You're just the master of unfounded claims.
It's not that crazy.
Okay.
It really isn't.
So
and you lack imagination then.
So I think this is all nice, but this isn't really what the argument was going to be about, right? Toast. So I think what the argument was supposed to be about was Toast said that Silent is dishonest, disrespectful, and retarded.
Oh yeah, why don't we get to that?
Yeah, but I have to go soon. So can we get to it now?
Yeah. Why don't we get to it now?
How you act with Ken at all? He doesn't deserve that in the slightest.
I don't deserve what? I don't deserve to treat Ken like that?
No, you don't.
Why do you think he does? Do you think I deserve to have my entire arguments just ignored and being treated shittily because he's pretending that he can't? He's pretending. Why are you interrupting me? He's pretending that he can't remember what I said.
That's simply your.
No, right? That's that's demonstrable, right? Unless you can come up with a fourth option. Can you come up with a fourth option?
That your arguments were bad? That would be the obvious one.
No. That wouldn't be, and I explained to Declan how that wouldn't be a meaningful response, because if my arguments were bad, then he would still be able to remember them and then defeat them by recalling them on the spot.
Wouldn't it be possible that I mean, I'm not saying this is the case. I'm saying, wouldn't it be possible that your arguments are so convoluted that he was unable to follow them?
False. The reason why that doesn't make sense is because of the number of times I explain them and re-explain them. So if I had just said it once, and then Ken asked what was your thing again, which he actually did do twice, I would happily re-explain them, and I did re-explain it.
You know, I forgot you were a perfect, agent and human being, Silent. I forgot you had.
When did
you
I
know,
say
perfect
anything like
memory,
that? Why don't we
perfect
get back
recollection.
to toast your
Apparently, you
claim?
keep on
Why don't
stating
we
that.
get back to your
Keep on-
claim at the hand that you think I'm disrespectful, stupid, and dishonest?
Yeah, let's do
More
that.
like disrespectful. I want to focus on that one.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
Maybe not so much
Yeah,
dishonest.
yeah, I
but
disrespect
I
you
wanna
all the
focus on
time,
that one.
Toast. What of it?
You disrespect a lot of
Yeah,
users
so does
on the server.
basically everyone who's good at debating in this Discord.
See, that's the issue.
Yeah,
Bottom line
yeah,
lies
Toast.
the
I don't
issue.
care that I'm disrespectful, and I've never pretended not to be disrespectful. That's not a meaningful argument.
It's sad and immature, is what it is.
Dude, you're hella disrespectful. What are you talking about? I have you on record telling me to slip my wrists 4 fucking times.
4 times, really?
4
Sure
fucking
about that?
times in 4 times in under an hour, by the way. So if you're gonna make some claim, right, and act holier than thou, that I'm in some way disrespectful, I'm gonna have to ask you why the fuck you're so disrespectful.
I just get really tired of the immature.
No, answer my question. Why are you
manners that
evading?
use
Why are you
to,
evading my
approach the
question?
server.
Why are you evading my question?
What, you're gonna go with like the holier than thou argument?
Yeah. Why are you evading my
Ouch.
question? Why do you think it's not disrespectful to tell me to slip my fucking wrists? But it is disrespectful for me to say that you're a dumbass.
Sure, fine. I agree that is just disrespectful.
So on what grounds are you going to in some way claim that I'm disrespectful? Because you are also disrespectful, and you've just
Yeah,
admitted it.
Yeah, if you're gonna have some sort of, intelligible debate with Ken, I'd appreciate it if you took, some sort of, mature response to him and said,
I don't care about your opinion.
Obviously.
Obviously, right? So you don't have an argument for me being disrespectful because you're also disrespectful. You have no ground to stand on. So let's move on to the other arguments, right? You said I'm dishonest. In what way have I ever been dishonest?
It seems that you don't argue in good faith with the other.
How is that being dishonest? How are those two things the same?
It seems that you want to. How should I put this?
How is dishonest? Here, I'll ask you a more distinct question. What do you mean by good faith?
Good faith in that you can at least trust or respect the other person you're debating with.
Yeah, that's not what good faith means. Good faith means, and I actually discussed this at length with Radson a couple nights ago, and Ace. Good faith means that you take the best interpretation of someone's argument. But not taking a good interpretation of someone's argument is not going to be the same thing as being dishonest. Right? Dishonest implies deception or in some way lying purposefully, right? So when have I lied purposefully?
I'd have to get inside your head to
Well, you have
understand.
examples, right? I mean, you wouldn't claim something without evidence.
Oh,
I think I just enjoyed that trilemma of dishonest, disrespectful, and
Well, that's not the claim you made. Why are you still avoiding the claim?
All right, man. Yeah.
So you have no grounds on that. So you have no grounds on disrespectful. You have no grounds on dishonest. So in what ways have I been? So can you point to an example where I've been stupid?
Every fucking time you come on the server with your immature little attitude in which you try and imitate the other
When have I
larger
tried to
server,
imitate
it's just,
someone?
like, adorable.
You're making another claim. And you're also saying it's adorable, but that still doesn't strengthen me being stupid. So are you going to actually address the claim?
No, I think I'll just keep on making incredible comments.
So let's summarize, right? Let's summarize what everything that happened here. Ken made a claim that I am disrespectful, dishonest, and stupid. He has agreed that he is also disrespectful and has no grounds to stand on the disrespectful point. He's completely figured out that he has no grounds or history or any kind of example for him to provide on when I've been dishonest in an argument. And now he has no grounds to stand on besides just saying that he's going to make more claims. So in every single way, you've been made to look like a fool in this conversation, Toast. Are you gonna actually support any of your claims now that I've called you out, or are you just gonna say more talk, more shit?
You simply have to perceive this, this claim that you have, that obviously I have I have completely unfounded arguments against you.
No, I'm
You are
asking
this
you to provide the
perfect being.
evidence, right? It's of course I'm biased. Of course I'm in this argument. Of course I think.
Course. And it's
No, no,
not
no,
that
no,
you're
no,
gonna
no, no.
allow
Shut the
any of
fuck
these
up, Toast.
allegations
Of course I think you're wrong. There's nothing meaningful in an argument to say, well, you're biased against my position when you're having an argument. That's retarded. Of course, everyone who's in an argument is going to be biased against the other. There's no value in saying that. That's retarded. You're going to actually have to provide evidence of your claim.
Your sort of reputation's on the line. Of course, you're going to have to pull out all of the cards, to make sure that, you can't be seen as disrespectful, dishonest, or retarded.
No, I could absolutely be seen to do those things. I'm just asking you to support those claims. It seems that all you're saying is, holy shit, he's beating me. Look at what a bad guy pulling out all the stops to beat me. Yeah, man, look at him using logic to beat me. Like, what a douche.
Logic? Oh, yeah, because you have perfect logic, right?
I never said I was perfect. Why are you now going to strawman me?
Because you make these implications, these large implications and assumptions that you are indeed perfect.
No, when have I ever made that kind of implication? When have I made that implication? Can you name a time in which I have made that implication?
The last fucking 10 minutes, dude.
When I said I'm smarter than you, how does that make me perfect? How does being smarter than someone make them perfect?
You didn't even say you're smarter than me, but you want to argue.
How does being smarter than someone make them perfect?
Never said that. I never quoted.
You said, right? I said, you said that I imply that I'm perfect all the time, and then I asked for an example, and it was the example you gave of me pretending to be perfect or implying in some way that I'm perfect.
Perfect recollection, that you have perfect logic. That there's no way that you are.
No, if I am simply going to be able to recall better than you, does that imply that I'm perfect? Simply being better than someone doesn't imply perfection.
That allow you to be, you have perfect recollection of events. It's the assumption.
I don't have perfect recollection of events.
No, apparently, you destroyed me in this debate so thoroughly.
I have thoroughly destroyed you.
Of course you have. Yeah.
I mean, if you just sit there and say "of course" and say it in a sarcastic tone, do you think that's in some way an argument? Do you think that's an argument?
Maybe not in your eyes, but in my eyes, I'm completely fine with making that implication.
No, I know you're fine with making the implication, right? Why don't you answer the question? Stop evading. Do you need me to repeat the question?
Yeah, please, because you have that perfect memory that I need.
Yeah. So I don't have a perfect memory, but I think I can pretty well do a good job at recalling my own question. So I asked you, right, Ken? Oh, sorry, it's a Toast. I mean, you're so similarly stupid, so I just keep using you interchangeably.
Similarly stupid.
I asked you why you're making that claim. I asked you why are you satisfied? Why are you just satisfied with just claiming something and having no basis for it, and then agreeing you have no basis for it, and then just stating it over and over again?
Again, I of course have no basis for anything that I say.
Well, you could have a basis, right? But you would have to provide the basis.
No, I have none, apparently.
Well, you could provide it and prove me wrong. That's your goal in this conversation, right?
Just tear down all the basis I have and evidence I have.
Wait, I can't just tear down all... Wait, did he just say that? You just said that I can't just tear down all your points. Why can't I just tear down all your points? I just tore them down. That's how a debate works, right?
Yeah, dude, congratulations, pat yourself on the back.
I mean, you're the one that wanted this fight.
Actually, I think I was the one who wanted it. He was pretty reluctant.
Well, Toast was the one talking mad shit. I didn't say shit to Toast. Toast was the one talking mad shit about me, right?
I just don't appreciate how you treat Ken like he's some sort of like autist.
I mean, clearly, I was willing to engage with a Ken. I was clearly willing to engage with Ken.
Toast. Just to be clear, Ken self-identifies as autistic.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware of that.
But I was clearly willing to engage with Ken until he was just being dishonest with me.
Yeah, next time ask Ken if he thinks that he's on the spectrum, and he'll readily say yes.
Sounds more like a joke to me.
What? Why?
Sounds more like a joke.
Why would you say that?
I don't.
Dude,
I wouldn't place Ken on the spectrum.
just concede the point, dude.
What, that Ken's indeed an autist, that he's on the spectrum?
He said you don't like the fact that Silent Shadows like portrays Ken as some sort of autist. Like even Ken does that. Don't even try with this one, dude. You're done on this one, okay? You're just gonna have to move on.
So do you have
So
anything,
like,
Toast,
so
or do you wanna move back up in the call and just run away from me?
Yeah,
Wait, do we just automatically believe Ken that he's an artist?
I don't think he's gonna die.
anything.
Look, he just thinks, yeah, I think that I'm probably on the spectrum. That's what he says. He's always said that. You know why? Because he acts fucking autistic.
Anybody who's a contrarian on the server is automatically an autist.
False.
That's not what makes him an artist.
What is it then that makes him an autist, Tom? Besides him self-identifying as such,
You'd have to ask him.
I guess. So, Silent, apparently you've bested 2 autistic people tonight with your superior logic and, perfect recollection of events.
What do you mean supposedly?
Oh, sorry, factually. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Factually.
I mean, so like you say that in some kind of sarcastic way. Do you think it's meaningful to say something sarcastically as if it's an argument?
Are you saying, Toast, that he beat up 2 retarded people?
Yeah, he bested 2 autistic.
So you're admitting you're
people
retarded
tonight.
then and autistic.
Yeah, why not? Let me
For
throw
the
my
for the
hat on
record, Toast is admitting that he's autistic. So I'll ask you, Toast, why should anybody have arguments that are gonna an attempt to be meaningful with someone who
But
is openly
Silent, do you realize what he's saying about you whenever he says that, right?
Yeah, I understand that he's trying to imply I'm in some way mean, and I'm hurtful.
No, he's implying that you can only defeat retarded people, so he's saying you're retarded also.
Well, that's hilarious. Do you consider like let's go down the number of people I've had conversations with where I've been successful. So, do you think Ace is autistic and retarded?
Probably, right?
Well, I'm talking to Toast.
Ace? I don't know why he's relevant in the conversation now, but
Well, these are all people that there's record of me having conversations with.
that you've bested in the.
Well, I think I haven't been shit on at the very least.
Now Silent's trying to say that he's fought people that aren't retarded, so he's saying that Asus is smart.
I'm not necessarily. We're just gonna go down the list. So I want to see if Toast is just gonna state that basically a solid third of the people that are active on this server are all retarded. That these are all people I've had conversations and arguments with, and they're all retarded.
Or you're the retard, right?
You've yourself admitted that you're autistic, so I don't think I have to worry about you just turning around on me, Toast. So are you saying Ace is autistic and retarded?
I never said that. I really don't care about Ace.
Okay, well, Ace is someone I've had a very long debate, multiple debates with. So therefore, I've debated with someone who isn't autistic in your mind. So your claim is unfounded.
Why are you bringing him up?
I literally just explained to you the entire point of the
He's just
argument of
not
bringing him
relevant
up.
in this. I don't know why you want to bring like Ace up. Like it's not like he's the most logically sound person.
I can bring up a shit ton more people in this server. He was just he's the number one name in the trust tree, Toast.
The number 1 name.
Yeah, he was on the top of the list. He was just at the top.
Speak of the devil, he's here.
He was literally just at the top. Ace, Toast is calling you retarded.
I did not. Silence calling you retarded, Ace. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
see Ace, what Toast said. What
now
Toast?
I know someone in here is calling me retarded.
Ace, see what Toast said.
Oh, yeah.
Toast said I only have arguments and fight people who are retarded and autistic. And so I said, well, do you think Ace is autistic and retarded? Because I had a very long conversation just last night with Ace.
Wait, the claim's stronger than that.
Right.
You're saying
Bacon, you kind of fucked me here. Bacon, you started bringing shit up, and I got.
Well, Silent also argues with me.
That was a good argument.
Well,
Silent.
actually, no. You weren't you trying to say, Silent, that you were trying to point out that you had argued with people that weren't retarded, right? And then you brought up aces. But I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that he's retarded, that he's stupid in the past, right? Haven't you called him out?
I never said he was autistic.
wasn't the claim that Silent had beaten these people, not that he just argued against
Well,
them?
I don't know if I've ever
Yeah.
been stupid. I don't know if I've ever been stupid in the past, but I've definitely been mistaken.
Have you ever been autistic?
That's for me to know and for you to figure out. And stay out of my drug cabinet.
Told you.
Well, I wouldn't say I've that every single. I mean, it's up to subjective thought, right? Who won? So that's why
Well, yeah.
bacon. That's why I kind of
Subjective
left
thought.
out. Like
That's
I
like
added,
the way
I
you say
changed it.
subjective.
I changed it from just winning to success, right? Like being able to hold the conversation and point out your arguments. I've had a couple with Declan. Are you saying Declan is autistic and stupid, Toast?
Jesus Christ! Put more words in my mouth, please, Silent.
No, I'm just asking you, right? Do you think Declan's
I'm just
retarded?
asking- I'm just asking you.
Do you think Declan's retarded?
No, now Declan's here. Now Jacob's here. Oh boy. No, for the record, I don't think he's retarded. or autistic.
So I've been able. So Declan, do you think? I mean, not necessarily beat you, right? That's just going to be subjective. But do you think I've been able to have successful conversations against you?
Yeah, do you mean like you make a point that I don't refute, or you make points that I don't know how to answer?
I don't know about not
Irrelevant.
how to answer, right? But able to hold my own, make refutations,
Well, no, I mean, I
understand
would
what
even
you're
say
saying.
the first thing I said.
Yeah.
But I think that's true of a lot of people. That's not. I don't think that's. And I'm not saying that in defense of myself. I think it's true of a lot of people, right? Aestus makes some points sometimes that people don't respond to, that they don't have an answer for, and I think he's right about some things and wrong about some things. But that's just true of everyone.
Well, that was just the standard
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
using. So what you're just saying is, yeah, I do meet that standard.
Yeah, maybe Toast, it would be helpful if you just made a list of everyone who's retarded.
I think Silent's more interested in that list than I am.
No, I'm only interested in a list of people because those are all people that I feel like I've been successful against. And successful in exactly the way Declan explained. Able to make points, able to refute, usually able to make something that they don't just immediately respond to with, yeah, false, and then refute easily.
You are,
Well,
you are so
who made the
concerned with
claim?
reputation.
Which one of you two made the claim that people that you argued against Silent are retarded? I don't remember.
Toast made that claim.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. There's a recording of it.
Toast made the claim that
I'm not recording.
I am.
Oh, really? Toast made the claim that you had defeated 2 retarded people tonight, not that you had defeated.
That including me, right?
Right.
And apparently Ken.
No, but then he
Okay.
said that I only argue against retarded people.
Oh, okay, if you said
No,
that.
I just made the claim that apparently you've beaten Ken in your perception tonight, and then you've bested me as well. So yeah, there's.
So I only try to go after and beat retarded people.
No, I'm just making
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk back the claim. Yeah, I didn't say that.
I never said more.
Anybody
than
who
you
watches the
and Ken.
video, Toast, is gonna know the truth. So that's okay.
Man, Silent, I'm so happy that you're so much better than me and that you're so much more intelligent.
You just use
Yeah,
this
I just-
sarcasm. You just use this sarcasm to try to deflect and not feel like not feel so bad
It's
about
how
yourself.
insecure you are that you need to hey Declan.
That's
you know,
some
have I-
hilarious
have I made,
projection.
good, justifications. To
No,
my-
I don't care. I don't
failed,
care about
I
Declan's
refuted
opinion,
it.
right? Declan's
You have
opinion
to
is only
actually
relevant to
ask
defeat
people.
your claim.
You
Declan's
have to
opinion is only
actually ask
relevant
people
to defeat
if
your
you
claim.
are.
That's
ridiculous.
it.
So insecure in your mind that you want to.
It's just hilarious
I mean,
projections.
What are you trying to accomplish here, buddy? Just
Well, I think Silent asked Toast to come down. So, are you asking Silent, Chrissy?
I'm asking Toast. What is he?
Why are you asking Toast? I just told you that Silent asked him to come down. So, wouldn't it be Silent trying to accomplish something?
The only reason why I wanted to come down here and talk to Toast is that Toast kept talking mad shit in the chat, and I wanted him to back it up.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
cool.
I
Whoa.
typed like 5 sentences dude.
No,
fucking
you
grow
said that I'm dishonest, disrespectful, and retarded. We've been through all three of them. We know you have no grounds to meaningfully argue for any of them.
Maybe retarded was a stretch, but I'm fine with
You said,
dishonest.
yeah, you
No,
retarded,
I
stupid.
know that.
I mean,
No,
Bacon,
I understand what
don't
you're
know
saying,
why
Simon.
you're trying to
I
defend
understand.
Toast. Maybe
I
it's
understand what you're
because,
saying.
like,
I
Toast
understand
and
what you're.
Bacon
I understand what you're
are
saying,
close
Silent.
together.
But Chrissy's trying to jump on the bandwagon to attack Toast, saying, "Well, what is your point here?" But it wasn't Toast that asked you to come. You
I
asked him.
understand. I understand. Look, you could say stupid instead of retarded, and you still don't have a valid point.
I mean,
I
Bacon.
just enjoyed the trilemma that I think I.
Yeah,
Well,
and then
this
you
one-
applied it to me, and then we've completely thoroughly distinguished or decided and figured out, Toast, that you don't have any reason for any three of them. And I've already agreed that I'm disrespectful, but you have also been plenty disrespectful, so there's no grounds for you to stand on to make that moral assertion to someone.
So just because I failed my own test, and you pass, right?
I never said I passed. I'm plenty disrespectful, right? But you told me 4 times in one night to slit my wrists.
Could you please like link me to that? Because I'd like to.
Yeah, go back and look at the messages you sent. Go
Yeah, those
look at
messages
all
are
the messages in
difficult to
chat.
find. You're gonna lose on that one easily.
Shit.
Yeah, like if you're going to, like, Silent, do you have like a screenshot?
I'm pretty
of
sure I
these
have a
messages?
video recording of the Discord when he was doing that. And I think he also
okay,
said it in
yeah.
voice as well.
Oh, Ben's got it.
Okay, but you need like something like
Yeah, Ben just has it. There you go.
yeah, that's pretty
not
damn
hard to
Wait,
funny.
well, that was I was doing a shotgun method there, I guess.
Shotgun.
Those are
Oh, you
different
want
days.
Sniping from the chat.
For the record, I still like Boy and Feng Numeta.
Huh?
So are we done here, Toast? Are you gonna shut up for the next couple days now that I've embarrassed you again?
So thoroughly
shit.
embarrassed me.
Well, if Toast is going to shut up about this, you need to not humiliate him like you got.
No, he gets all uppity on me, right?
Why not humiliate Toast?
Why not, right? Yeah.
Why should
mean-
I be nice to someone who tells me, right, that I'm one of those 3 things, and that's not just me in an argument. That's just my character.
Well,
No,
you're,
look,
Two of
the,
those 3 things, two of them.
look, the kid's a pussy. This is what he does. He snipes
Yeah, I know.
chat, and then he makes little comments in audio, right? And then when someone pins him down on something, he just fucking logs off.
Why if I've stayed on
Why
here
should
silent
that
for a
behavior
while
be
now?
allowed?
well, what I mean
I
by
kind
that,
of enjoyed me and Silent
why
having a little
should
debate with the just
Toast shut
the
the
3
fuck
people.
up. Go shut the fuck up. Speaking.
God damn it, Chrissy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he has an ego problem. So if you kind of like tell him like, can you please shut up or something like that, like maybe this is just me hoping this will happen, and he'll follow up on it. Refuse to stop talking. No, refuse to talk shit, and will not be much of an asshole for the next couple of days. Sorry if my thoughts come out like scrambled.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, I don't
That's what
think
I'm
it's gonna
saying.
happen with Toast. I don't think even if you embarrassed him or didn't embarrass him, he'd stop being an asshole for
Because
you.
I have no ego. Or...
No, you don't just have an ego, Toast. Everyone has it. No, actually, it's stupid. Everyone has an ego, Toast. It's just your ego is kind of like.
It's not. I don't know if I don't think it's a question of his ego, right? But I don't feel the need to talk mad shit to people in chat without fucking facing them and then acting like a child and being sarcastic and being sarcastic and deflecting and not supporting my claims, right, when I get on voice with them. I don't act like a bitch like that. I don't act like a bitch like that. And look, you're just gonna overtalk me, right? Because you know I'm speaking the truth. See, Toast is just gonna project and act like a child and constantly snipe from the chat because he can't actually come in here and make his claims and fight people mano a mano. He can't do it.
You won't allow my claims in the beginning, Silent. You won't allow for them.
I
to
asked
take
you to
place or
support
any of
them.
The evidence to, yeah, of course. And any evidence I do bring up, it's obviously false in your
No,
perception.
see, this
and you
is
won't allow
this
for
is a
it.
bad argument, Toast, because all you're doing, right, is you're
No, it's
claiming in
not.
some way
You
that
have such an
all
issue
you're
with,
claiming,
objective
Toast,
claims.
all you're claiming is that I have a bias against you in an argument, which is retarded. Every time two people debate against each other, they obviously have biases against each other because they think their argument's right and the other person's argument is wrong. Claiming I have a bias is meaningless in an argument. But what you could do, right, is every time I ask you to support that claim, any claim that you make, is you could actually support it rather than just
Actually, right? Actually.
yeah, you could support
Yeah,
it, but
yeah,
you don't
dude,
support it.
actually.
But you don't support it, right?
Of course not. Of course not, Silent. Not in your eyes.
Yeah, so you're just gonna do this this bullshit, like sarcastic. Oh yeah, in your personal opinion. Look, the room can go back.
true.
I'm gonna post this to YouTube and everyone can fucking see and make their own judgments, right? It's not just about me.
Well, Silent, dismissing is not,
Tastes, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to Toast.
Yeah, man. Post it to YouTube, and you're obviously, the big dick winner of tonight. Congratulations.
I post all sorts of shit to YouTube. I don't just post these conversations with you and me, Toast. Why do you think you're fucking special?
Can you link your channel?
Shit.
Yeah,
Your
I will.
Yeah.
When I'm done recording.
Yeah, actually, I want to see your channel as well.
Yeah, sure, Toast. You can do
So,
that.
like, be the
You can go back and we'll get all the videos I ever posted. I don't mind.
Yeah, just
So, Toast, are
kidding.
you gonna shut up and leave now?
What, you want me to leave?
Or are you gonna stay muted, right? Or are we gonna keep talking about this?
I mean, listen, Silent, you're going to be the same person probably a couple months from now, and I'll still bring up the same, statements I brought tonight.
And you'll
with the
still
same
get shit on
arguments.
every fucking time. I'm totally aware of that.
Of course,
fuck.
of course, I'll still get shit on. Of course, dude.
Yeah, look, dude,
Yeah.
everyone sees through this sarcastic crap, right? It's kind of funny how dumb it is.
I really do pity you, Silent, because I feel like you just can't mature.
Yes, I have the moral high ground when I tell, and I pity people below me when I tell people to slit their wrists. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that was, off-colored. You got me.
Yeah, so why do you think you have the moral high ground in this conversation?
Hey, Silent, what about that one time 2 years ago when you told that little, other girl, something other, right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
Remember
I'm
that one
curious.
time, Silent, that girl came on the server?
That one time, that girl,
Some
yeah,
time.
yeah, maybe you could be
Yeah,
specific
dude.
in a meaningful way, Toast?
And how was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, I
Like,
wasn't on this
because-
server 2 years ago.
I know, it's an exaggeration, but the point is that...
So it's a lie.
Of course it's a lie, but the point is that...
Well, it's not just that
anytime you bring up the entire history of
an
somebody,
exaggeration
they're
that
not going to
just-
stand up at all.
Toast, shut the fuck up. You're useless.
Because Silent has a perfect history on the server.
I don't have a perfect history.
No.
clearly
Like
you do.
I've gotten arguments with Silent. Like past couple of days, I've gotten several arguments with Silent.
I don't understand.
honestly-
What do you mean by perfect history?
Well, I have
where
to
you're
be
not saying-
honest. Toast, your opinion was totally subjective and correct. But I don't know. He's making you support with objective evidence.
Wait,
As
do I
subjective
have to
claims, so-
bring up every off-colored comment that Silence ever made to another user?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess I could.
Yeah, but
create
Toast,
some
I've
kind of
already
a
explained. I've already
foundation on it.
explained to Toast multiple times that I agree that I'm disrespectful. So the requirement. So yeah, he could tasteless. You're totally right. All he could do is just use subjective means to support his objective claim. But then he would have to agree that he's not using any kind of objective means. That he's just doing whatever he feels like based on his personal opinion. That he has no actual logic or reason behind his claims. That he just makes claims randomly based on subjectivity and has no basis for them. And Toast, I don't think, wants to agree to that. Now, Toast, do you want to just agree that you have no basis for any of the claims you make?
Yeah, give me the gun and I'll shoot myself in the head. Yeah, exactly. dude.
So you don't want to. So you don't want to agree to that. So why can't you provide the evidence?
well, you don't need evidence for subjective.
Shut the fuck up,
it's
Taste.
just
I've already
what it
explained how
is.
that point
It
is
is what it is.
meaningless. I've already explained how that point is meaningless.
Tasteless bud, you need
You're-
to chill.
Again, Silent, you're so wrapped up in the server and creating your
Look,
perfect
Toast,
reputation.
Toast. I'm going to give you
I'm
two
sorry.
fair bucks.
Chrissy, quit interrupting.
Yeah, seriously, Chris, shut the fuck up. No one asked you to talk.
So it's
Right.
just Toast and...
So let's get back to it,
No, you're
Toast.
fine.
Are you gonna support your claims with any kind of meaningful evidence, or are you just going to talk out of your ass?
I mean, obviously, Ben, did you the service of looking up,
I
October
could have done
comments
that
on your house,
myself
so
easily,
I'm sure,
Toast.
I'm sure you could. And you know what? Can I do the same thing? More than likely, yeah.
So why don't you?
Yeah, why don't you do that then?
Nice. Yeah, let me go. Start taking screenshots.
Do you have evidence of me being? Do you have evidence of me being dishonest?
I'm sure there's some bacon bone videos
Of me being dishonest that you
support
can
that.
prove? All right, can you cite them for me?
Or maybe just you being disrespectful.
I've already
I
agreed that I'm
know one.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't think Silent's ever been dishonest. I mean, we've butted heads, but I mean, he's never misrepresented me, so just my 2 cents.
I feel like he oversimplifies other people's arguments and doesn't give them that.
Yeah,
Look-
but the whole point of an argument is to generalize the other side and then see what you can derive from that.
and possibly misrepresent them.
Look, Toast, it's more than just misrepresenting, right? It would have to be a kind of purposeful, repeated misrepresentation. I ask all the time. You can go look at every video with me. I ask all the time that if I have let me reflect your position, and if I get it wrong, tell me what I got wrong. I ask that all the time. So you're wrong on that sense.
So wrong, dude. So wrong.
Yeah, this sarcasm is just weak and sad.
Toast, I guess he proved to you that now you're supposed to like him, right?
False.
Apparently,
I don't. He doesn't need to like me. He just needs to be
lovable.
humiliated.
I think this is what Silent. You represent what I really hate about curlism the most. This kind of culture that's created here.
Then why don't you
And
leave?
How new users, latch onto that. And
Why don't you
completely,
leave?
Show that sort of culture. In
Why don't you leave if you don't like it, Toast?
It's just I know there's still a few good people on there, but this kind of.
Well, why would you partake in such a toxic culture, Toast?
Because I think there's a few people that deserve to be possibly.
So why don't you just add them as
Or should,
friends?
like-
Why don't you just add them as friends and DM them and talk to them in personal calls or your own server and just don't partake in this server?
Well, curlism still allows for pretty colorful debate and everyone has a voice to be heard.
Well, if it's so
However,
toxic, why do you want to be around it, Toast?
just to piss off children.
Yeah, just a
innocent
troll.
like yourself.
Oh, just a troll.
like
Yeah.
yourself.
So you admit that you're just a
I
troll.
didn't say troll. I didn't say troll. That's your
See.
words, not mine.
He's complaining about the culture, why he wants to participate in it.
Yeah, right now you're
Pretty much
participating
that
in the
idea,
culture,
right?
Toast, while complaining about the culture. Isn't that ironic?
I mean, it could be improved.
It could dramatically.
That doesn't change the point, Ace.
And perhaps I haven't done the
I-
best.
I know, I know.
Or the best history for it.
Yeah, so do you think that telling people to slit their wrists is some way different than the culture of Krillism?
Oh fuck.
Somewhat I think I identifies pretty well with curlism or what they want.
So why would you complain about the culture when you identify with that culture?
Toast, you're
not
digging yourself into a hole, dude. Just stop.
I know, but it's fun. It's fun digging myself in this hole.
No.
But anyways,
No, it's sad and humiliating.
it's very sad and humiliating. Oh boy, I'm gonna cry to my mother tonight. Mommy, Silent made me feel bad.
Oh my
Anyways,
gosh.
Your mother probably wouldn't answer the phone call.
Oh shit.
my mother would answer the phone call. How dare you?
Oh, God
Holy
damn.
shit.
Toast. You gonna take that shit?
My mom loves me.
False.
Anyways, wait, you don't know that. Anywho. Perhaps
Yeah,
the
let's
girls
just
will
gloss
brush up on me.
past that. Like,
My relationship with my mother, Jacob?
do what?
My relationship with my mother? What?
No, just gloss past the fact that someone stuck their dick in your mouth and cummed inside of it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Can someone, hand me some kind of towel to wipe the cum off my face, please?
Yeah, you can get that when you leave the call, Toast. Just
you
leave the
what?
call, go to the bathroom, wipe it all off your face.
Yeah, sorry, we don't offer free towel service here.
Shit, seriously? Come on. I mean, can't you have anything on the internet?
It's one of the improvements we're working on, man.
There should be a bot for that.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, there is a lot of cum that gets flown around here, so
You know, it'd be really funny if like
pretty
Cosm's
necessary.
So
started, like, offering a towel
Toast,
service.
are you just kind of done?
I mean, again, Silent, what I said, 20 minutes ago is still the same.
And
Silent,
what
you as a
what you've
person-
said, we've both said a lot of things. You want to be specific about what you're talking about?
Yeah, specifically is that you as a person and how you've been affected by this whole culture of trollism, you're still probably going to be the same person within, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months
The
in the
fuck
future.
is the culture of Krillism? Sketch that out for me.
But he's a part of the culture of Krillism, right? He's admitted that.
I want to know what he means because what I'm hearing him saying is it's just stuff he doesn't like.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. But what specifically are you talking about? Culture?
Well, I mean, you know that really is just an
Shut up,
evolution
Ace.
of the point.
What are you
the point
talking about,
scoring
Rico?
culture from G+. I mean,
Go ahead, Toast.
I mean, Ace is kind of what's going on the right track.
Yeah, I
there.
figured
This-
you try to piggyback off of his comment.
I'm just trying to make the conversation move forward because I know
So,
Toast doesn't know the history.
Let me
of
ask you a
Krillism,
question.
so-
Do you think that if Toast could score the amount of points like Justin or Tom would, that he would be complaining?
No.
No, 1 sec. I gotta
Okay,
pay for
good.
it.
It's a two-way
Wait,
street.
am I concerned about
He's
scoring
not
these,
complaining.
quote-unquote points?
He's not complaining that the culture of Krillism is that you score points through intelligence. What he's complaining about is that in Krillism, people score points through intelligence, and he doesn't have the intelligence to score the points.
Oh,
Absolutely
shit.
wrong.
That's what
It's
he's
not
bitching about.
associated with
God
intelligence.
damn.
It's not associated with intelligence in the slightest.
Dude, you literally just agreed with Aestus.
Jesus
Like he
fucking
literally
Christ.
said that, and you
I said
piggybacked
point
off of
scoring.
it. And I
Point
said,
scoring.
yeah, I figured you piggyback off of it. What, you don't
I
like
said
the
point
conclusion now?
scoring. Jesus Christ.
Did I not say
scoring
point
is
scoring?
This perception. This
Did
perception
I
that you
not
are
say
more
point
intelligent
scoring?
Or someone's less intelligent.
No, okay.
Did
So
I-
what I was getting at with the point scoring culture, is fine, right? But when you use tactics in a way to attempt to score points, and it's
That's called
transparent, that's the
debating,
problem.
Aestus.
Well,
That's
no,
called
yeah, exactly. No,
debating.
I'm not against point scoring, right? I mean, there's plenty of points that do get scored and legitimately, right? But it's the use of tactics for fake
Dude,
points.
this is the name of the game. That's the name of the fucking game. I mean, look. So there's a
The name of the
professional
game
debater I
is to
know,
score
right?
points.
And this is
Name of
yeah,
the game.
exactly. This is what he says. When you go to debate, you don't figure out how to win. You figure out who you're going to lose to. The point there being is that no matter what type of argument that you have, whether it's sound or valid, you're going to lose to somebody. You're gonna lose to somebody, right? So let's just cut the bullshit here. He's pissed off, and you're pissed off because you're lumped in with him. I lump you in with
Oh
Toes.
no, I'm not.
That
I'm not
you
pissed
two
off.
can't
I
fucking
was-
score the points. That's why you're bitching.
I was.
Only
Wait,
your
wait,
perception.
Toast. Why are you Declan? Why are you lumping me in with Toast? I was just telling Toast like 5 minutes ago he's wrong.
Because I think you're a
Decided
fucking
was
moron.
violent. Look, you're just pissed for whatever.
I'm just
reason.
scoring a point here, bro. Isn't that what we're trying to do?
Yes,
Hey, do you?
Toast is
See how
correct
stupid that is?
100%. I just wanted to say toast is correct
Okay,
100%.
Yeah, your opinion is so valuable.
Wait,
Jesus,
can I do
tasteless.
Can I do my little soliloquy now?
Aces, you haven't scored enough points to matter.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I like scoring points. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, it's the culture of using underhanded tactics to score fake.
That's
points.
called
That's the problem.
debating, bro.
Can I talk
No,
now?
it's not. Debating
Yes,
is scoring
being
points.
honest.
not-
Look.
not
Do you
scoring
honestly?
fake
Let me
points.
give you an example,
Jesus
Aces.
fucking Christ, you guys.
Aces. Let me give you an example. Do you think in debating, for example, that the inflection of your voice when you make a point can have an impact on whether it's compelling to people?
Absolutely.
Do you think that
What?
that is a tactic that is purely based on logic or an emotional one?
No, it could be. It could be a little bit of both, definitely. I mean, you could use the inflection to highlight a specific word, Or yes, you could use inflection to
Right, and sometimes depending
infuse
on the
the
way
sentence
that
with an
you do
emotional
that,
character.
people will accept or deny your proposition, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing
yeah.
wrong with using tactics in debate. There's
No,
nothing wrong with it.
There's
No,
nothing
nothing.
wrong. Honest,
Nothing. Yeah, it's under, like I said, it's underhand tactics to score fake points, right?
Give me an example of what you're talking about.
Oh,
you could have betted on Jacob saying like, "Give me some evidence for what you're saying."
Yeah,
you
I'd
know?
love to know what
Bullshit.
he means.
God.
Why is it bullshit
Yeah,
to want to know what he means?
Also, you shouldn't say fake points in that.
They are fake points. They're not real.
Why are they fake?
It's just what you perceive on the internet as real or fake.
Oh, so the whole system. Because when he was saying fake, he was trying to differentiate between the points that were scored and those points, which were fake points.
Yeah, I don't think it's not fair for me to ask him for an
I
example.
don't think you understand, Toast.
What's an example, Astus? What are you talking about? What tactics?
1 sec, I'm getting my order. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you get a pussy pad with that?
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
God damn.
Yeah, let me think. I'm trying to. I mean, you know, any point that's scored off of a logical fallacy that isn't pointed out in the moment, right? So,
Isn't
like,
isn't it the
person-
fault? Isn't it the fault
That's
of the person debating them?
Point, though? That's just a point.
Isn't it
That's just-
isn't it the fault of the person
So,
debating
okay,
them to
wait,
not
wait,
be
let
able
me-
to
let me explain
point
this.
that out?
It seems like there's misunderstanding. So okay, so like let's say there's person A and person B, right? Person A successfully uses a logical fallacy against person B, and person B doesn't realize it's a logical fallacy. The room thinks that person A scored a point when he really didn't because he used a logical fallacy.
Isn't
Okay,
it
hold on.
isn't
I
it
wanna
the
make- I
fault
wanna
of the
make sure I
person
understand
What do
debating?
you think the points are?
Do you think?
Points of persuasion, right?
If you could lay a percentage on it, how many people do you think in here would let someone get away with that?
Oh yeah, of course that is kept to a minimum. Sure, I agree, but sometimes
The idea is that there are a lot of people in here that want to inflate their own egos. So when they see problems in an argument, I do this as well. Yeah, that's why I said I do it as well, right? They'll jump right on it, of course.
Yeah, but
So
still,
if-
I mean that's at least a
if you're-
fair
I don't
example,
care
right?
if you're arguing, if Tom's arguing, if Justin's arguing, it doesn't matter. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, no, that's the healthy part of the Krillism culture. I think that's great and that's perfect. But I'm saying my example was a part, you know, or obviously the dogpiling where it's just logical fallacy after logical fallacy, and then
The person committing the logical fallacy is at fault for that, bro.
Isn't it the job of the
Anyway,
person
but
debating the
was
person
my
using the
example
fallacy
fair
to
enough
point
or
it
not?
out? Isn't it?
No,
Isn't
it's
it
not fair enough. It's not.
Really, my original.
Yeah, because everything
no,
that
no,
you've
so you're saying
described,
because, wait,
everything
Declan,
that
so
you've
you're
described,
saying
you asked me a
because-
question, I'm going to answer it. Shut up, Aces. So you asked me a question, right?
I'll
Here's
be
the thing.
nice.
What
Okay,
you
I'll let you
mentioned,
talk.
what you mentioned were two things. One, when someone makes a logical fallacy and it's not pointed out, right? You don't think that people should pick that out?
No, that was never my argument.
Yes, it was, because you were talking about tactics that
Oh
you
my
thought
gosh,
were
no, it was
negative
not.
and
No,
indicative
my
of
argument
Krillism.
was if the room didn't catch the logical fallacy, right, and then the point is quote unquote
No,
scored,
false.
right?
You
That's
think I'm that
No,
fucking
Declan,
stupid to let
you gotta
switch your
listen.
words
He's trying to
around?
what he's doing right. You guys are talking past each other. What he's trying to differentiate is
Yeah,
between a real point and a fake point, is what he's trying to say. But I don't understand why he's trying
But
to.
isn't it the
Well,
job of the person
presumably the fake
debating
point that
against
he's
them?
talking about is a point that's made while using a logical fallacy that's not pointed out.
But
the
isn't it
point
the
about that
job?
is the points are not like some fucking fucking objective points. It's more subjective. It's how the room is persuaded or how it goes. Because the points, if you're talking about the points, it's not going to be any objective point. So what the fake point you're talking about is going to be a real point, whether or not they use a logical fallacy. If they persuade the room and no one points it out, it's still a point.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not a fake point. You just disagreed with yourself.
But still, so sure. I mean, it may be a point in the context, right? But that's the whole point. I mean, it's still, if the person could figure out the fallacy and point it out, then the point would not have been.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that's why it's a fake.
If it wasn't a point, it wouldn't be a point. Thank you.
Say point
No,
again.
no. That's that's the whole point about it
Oh
being
my.
a fake point, right? Because
What's the point, though?
it's without weight.
What's the point, though?
It's without weight. That point is scored without any true weight to it.
Oh, this is so retarded.
So I think we've come to the conclusion that Toast is full of shit and Ace is confused.
Drink
And-
every
and
time you
silent-
hear
What
someone
am I
say
confused
Perfect
about?
human being. Remember, guys, silence perfect. Don't ever question him. You're wrong.
Like once again, just the straw man's why Toast.
Just the straw man.
Okay, but I
Oh
doubt
my
I'm confused.
god, Toast. You're a fucking idiot.
every time I say someone is fucked up in an argument, that means I'm perfect. Quality
Remember, guys,
response.
Do not question Silent. He has perfect logic. He has perfect recollection of all events.
Toast
and-
is
and
butthurt.
history.
Toast is just fucking dumb.
But yeah. Remember, Silent's perfect. Don't ever try and go against him because you're
False.
That's what I'm getting at.
Now it's drink every time he
Are
uses
you
that
participating in that culture again, Toast?
Yeah, he is.
I mean, might as well, right? Let's go. 'cause
Might as
Might
well.
as well.
It's a joke. You fucks. God.
Might as
Again,
well.
participating in it.
I mean, clearly from everything you've heard in like the last like 20 minutes.
I mean, isn't being a
Silent
sarcastic
came
asshole
wrong.
part of tribalism as well?
Oh
Ooh, I think Tom would agree with that. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. I thought I heard a reference to myself. I heard perfect person, always right. What are y'all talking about?
No,
Holy
Dan,
cow.
Fucking narcissistic fuckwad.
Dan shows up. Hey.
How flattering.
No, I'm kidding. I love you, Danny.
All right.
You're a nice twink.
Does anybody else want another shot at this guy, cheap or uncheap?
Which one, Toast?
Yeah.
Probably
I
worth
view
the
them
time,
as the same
honestly.
person. Like they're like.
Are you guys? Are we all done with his asshole?
exactly
Hold on,
connected.
Chrissy. Are we all done with Toast asshole? Have we been satisfied?
I thought you were coming on my face, dude.
Oh no, you've been gangbang plenty. I'm asking if
Dude,
anybody
like-
else wants another shot at you.
I'm just going to add this. Toast, like you're not just
Y'all
like
wanna-
covered in cum, like your whole face. It's just like
Where do you wanna leave?
it's stuck on your
Hipsters,
face.
you wanna
like
play
there's a
League?
layer of cum stuck on your face, and then
What do
there's
you mean, Tom?
of fluid cum stuck in.
He said, yeah.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. So bye, Toast. You can leave now. We're done with you.
Well, even though Toast wasn't able to prove his point, I mean, that doesn't mean he's wrong about it.
Tasteless, shut the fuck up.
Remember, you can't go against the room. You're wrong.